It's February 24th, 1997. Dolly, the first living breathing clone of an adult mammal, is brought into the public. This sparks controversy around the world.
You heard the doctor's own words, 70% failure rate. This is human life. These are not laboratory rats. These are human lives, should not be used as laboratory experiments.
Scientists have already cloned a sheep. Researchers are telling us the next step could be to clone human beings to create individual, designer stem cells, essentially to grow another you.
Our administration believes that there are loopholes that could allow the cloning of human beings if the technology were developed. Therefore, today I am issuing a directive that bans the use of any federal funds for any cloning of human beings.
Should we be applauding a mind-boggling scientific breakthrough or be nervous about where it might lead us?
We're not gene mutating. I know very much. You know what happened? Politics got involved.
It's not about politics.
No, they took the muscle of the state.
It's a disgrace here.
They took the muscle of the state and put it behind who could breed and how they could breed, and that's just what you're trying to do.
Absolutely
telling people
not.
you have not
we are
the right
saying
to reproduce.
That science should not create monsters.
And you're saying we should outlaw science. You're for outlawing science.
There are lines to be drawn.
Cloning is the creation of a genetically identical copy of an existing or previously existing organism. This can also extend to just the tissue of the organism. This is possible with humans. However, whether it's ethical or not is debatable.
At its simplest, cloning works by taking a genetic part of an organism and recreating it in another place. This is a process known as somatic cell nuclear transfer, which takes a somatic cell such as a skin cell and transfers its DNA to an egg cell with its nucleus removed.
Why would researchers, scientists, and doctors want to pursue human cloning? What do they hope to accomplish? Researchers, scientists, and doctors want to pursue human cloning because it has a decent amount of benefits. For example, they would produce an embryo which they could break down and research for different things like therapies. Scientists can help endangered species by cloning them. They could also clone pre-existing children. Doctors hope to use cloned cells to treat serious diseases to potentially get rid of them. Some of those diseases would be heart problems, diabetes, and spinal injuries.
Human cloning has been a highly controversial ethical debate for decades, with several factors contributing to both sides. A big problem with cloning is that in order for it to become a practical working science, it would require a significant amount of tests and experiments. It is likely that early experiments would end in failure, potentially resulting in hundreds of miscarriages or deformed offspring. Even if that stage was passed, many cloned children would likely still have disabilities that negatively affect their lives. One of the main arguments for cloning humans is that it would give infertile couples the ability to have children, which would be a great thing for those who are in that circumstance. However, many people believe that if cloning were to become safe and readily available, it would become the norm due to the ability to edit genes and remove defects, and that it would create a market for genetically perfect children and create a sort of classism against naturally conceived people.
There are a few pros when it comes to human cloning, such as it helps with infertility, prevents the spread of bad genes, helps advance human development, creates tissues and organs for doctors in need, helps bring back extinct species, and more. However, with every pro comes a con. Some of the cons include violation to human rights, ruins exclusive human identity, produces psychological distress for the clone and society, genetic defects transfer to the clone, and it diminishes an individual's uniqueness.
Cloning living beings, especially humans, will most likely always be an imperfect science. There's a strong possibility that cloning can lead to genetic defects and developmental problems. Many cloned animals have been found to die before or shortly after birth, and most that don't have other health problems such as heart and lung defects and malfunctioning immune systems. There's no evidence to support that it would be different with humans.
While Frankenstein may not have had themes of cloning directly, the creature was still created through unorthodox methods. He was created using old tissue from humans to create new life. Cloning is a similar concept, both of these being ways of reusing DNA, so to speak. Whether or not either of these things are ethical is debatable.
In conclusion, we believe that human cloning is something that should never be done unless the pursuit of cloning humans could give us the knowledge to clone specific organs in the human body. In that case, the cloning of a human organ is seen as ethical and valuable. The commercial use of cloning, however, should become illegalized. The research of human cloning should not be stopped only with the intention of organ cloning research and not human cloning. The cloning of a human being, or really just cloning in general, is very controversial and requires lots of information to fully understand. We've shown you the controversy that cloning has caused. Now just imagine that with a human. We hope this video could shed some light on the subject and show you the controversy behind it. Here are the corresponding credits and sources that were used to help make this video.